Sophia, how are you? Congratulations on the new movie.
Thank you so much. How are you?
Good, good. So, Feel the Beats drops today on Netflix. It's a fun film. Was it as fun for you to be a part of?
Honestly, when I watched it back, it made me so happy that exactly what I felt filming it is what I felt watching it, which is it's such a joy. I had the time of my life filming this movie, and I'm not just saying it because we're promoting it. I really did. It was a story that's really close to my heart, and I made some really beautiful friendships in this film with the cast, and I'm so happy that the world gets to see it today and they get to meet April.
So, tell me about your character, April.
So April is a pretty incredible girl, and she's completely in love with dance. Dance is everything, it's her life. She runs away from her small town to pursue her big dreams. And as she's running away, we realize that she's not only running towards her dreams, but she's running away from her past, from her pain, from her reality, and she loses herself. I feel like a lot of us, in chasing for something more and something bigger and better, we forget who we are and we forget our
Mhm.
hearts and what truly matters. And it's a story of homecoming. In her homecoming, she kind of finds the hope that she lost. And it's just a beautiful, heartwarming story that makes you smile. And it's been a privilege to be able to tell her story, and I can't wait for the world to see it.
Now, you yourself grew up a competitive performer. Is there anything about April that you can relate to on a personal level?
Absolutely, almost everything. It was kind of crazy at times. It almost felt like her story was mine, because I could relate so much, like you say, as a competitive dancer myself, as a performer in nature myself. I understand how deeply she loves dance and how deeply she loves what she does, and how it's also easy to get lost in this need to be better and to want to be whatever perfect is, and to lose yourself in that. So for April to even teach me, um, to not lose yourself in that and to remember what truly matters, and that is your family, who you love, and how much you love what you do, and to kind of free yourself and lose yourself, and that is a really important message.
Absolutely. So there's this horrifying moment during the movie where April causes Ms. Zimmer to fall off the stage. Is there anything that's happened in your own career that where you're like, oh my God, this is the end, like a bad audition or like a moment of panic or anything like that?
Luckily, not as bad as Orvu Zimmer falling off the stage, but I think as actors, we've all had those auditions where it breaks our heart because we pour ourselves into it, and then something happens that's out of our control and you blow it. And I remember vividly at the end of last year, I had an audition where I just messed up the lines. And even though it sounds like a simple thing, to me it was like catastrophic, and I knew I just blew it. And it hurts and it's heartbreaking, but it's part of the process and it's part of the journey, and it makes us stronger. But you see the pain that April feels, and we all feel it, and I felt it before too.
Yeah. So I mean, like this business can be tough. I mean, you've been in it for a long time, for as young as you are. Is there anything that you do to kind of recenter yourself and remind Sophia who Sophia is?
That's a great question. Family. By myself, I don't know if I'd be able to do it. Do you know what I mean? Recenter myself like that. I think my family is my ground, and they are my sense of love and hope, and like the embracing arms that hold me after a long day. It really is my family, and I think we see that in April's story too. For so long she thought she could do it on her own, but it wasn't until she came home that she really kind of found peace with herself.
Yeah. It's also about a girl who returns to her small town roots. I know you grew up in Fort Lauderdale,
Yeah,
which isn't necessarily a small town. So, what is the smallest town that you've been to that you've spent any time in?
definitely where we shot this film.
Oh,
We shot in Toronto, but the town of New Hope was this tiny little town about 2 hours or so outside of Toronto, literally in the middle of nowhere. And the town was exactly like what you see, that one block, that was the town. And it made it all the more beautiful to actually experience it for real, like live in a small town for a moment in time and kind of feel the simplicity of it and the beauty of it as well.
yeah. So, outside of filming, what did you get to do in New Hope?
You know, quite a lot of filming. which I don't mind. I love working. So, if on weekends I did a lot of rehearsing, but there were a few days that we had off that all of us hung out as a cast and we would go to like a park and have a picnic. And it was such like, it was, I feel like a lot of us are doing that now.
Yeah.
Like the outdoors has become like our oasis. But we did that while we were shooting this movie, and it was so beautiful, kind of just to go back to basics, just to go outside, have a picnic in a park, and be with people that you love.
For sure. And so not only do you have this movie coming out, but you also have a new single.
Do. I'm so excited. Today is the world premiere of my song "Miss You More Than You Know," which is my collaboration with Rehab, and this song is really special to both of us. Actually, we started working on this song while I was filming this movie, so it's an exciting day for many reasons. This song tells the story of losing who you love most and putting a brave face to the rest of the world. And even though the world thinks that you're surviving and you're smiling, sometimes you're broken inside, and some days you miss him more than you know. So
Yeah.
it's a really beautiful story, and
About anybody in particular?
I'll leave that to your imagination. I feel like everything as artists, almost all our art is somehow inspired in our real life in some way. So I'll leave it at that.
Of course. You're also very politically active. And recently, you've been working to get out the vote with UNICEF. So what inspired you to do that?
It's our duty. How can I not? If I not only have my voice, but I have this incredible platform, this tremendous gift that I have. And now is my duty more than ever to urge my generation and to anyone watching to use our voices to join together to fight injustice and to vote, because our hope lies in our vote. And that's the most important thing that we can do right now. So I'm so honored to work with UNICEF today and every day, but today especially more than ever. They fight for children, to fight against the injustice of the Black Lives Matters movement, our brothers and sisters. It's more important than ever before. And I'm really inspired by the change and the hope that we feel in the middle of such injustice and such pain.
And, speaking of Black Lives Matter, do you think that this time we'll see actual change? Because that's what we're all obviously hopeful for.
It seems like we are. The few victories that have been accomplished in the last few weeks are small, but they're mighty. And I think this movement is unstoppable, and it's much stronger than the fear that resists us. So yes, I truly do believe that a big and historic change is coming.
All right, Sofia Carson, thank you so much. Congratulations. Keep doing great things.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.